Okay, so happy to see you, Tripti. How are you?
Very good, Tapan, very well. It's a pleasure to see you.
No, it's
It's a
an
pleasure
honor to
to
have you.
join.
It's an honor to have you here. No, I think if I look at how the lockdown is progressing, and if I look at what all the worries people have, and we're trying to figure out, no, because as a responsible corporate and responsible leaders in the industry, one job we try to do is figure out what our customers are feeling about and what is the thing that we can add to. So we look beyond insurance also. I think that is why we call ourselves caring to yours. So one common
True.
thing which is coming through all across was nutrition. No, people were very worried because they're not able to move. They're not even getting the right kind of food they're looking for, and how things are progressing. So I think I'm just waiting for some more people to join in because we can see a flurry of people joining, and I think you have gotten a lot of interest from everybody, and then we start the formal conversation. But I think it's a very relevant topic, and Tripti, by your experience and the kind of work you have done, I think it'll be a very amazing session. So as we wait for some more to come in, and then we start for a couple of minutes. So
Thank you so much. Yes, nutrition is such an integral part of our health, of our immunity today that I'm sure it's very important for each one of us to really understand how much value health has. I think today people are valuing health so much more after all of this happening. So that's a great beginning for a very healthy India. So I'm looking forward to having more people here and starting the conversation with you soon, Tapan.
yeah, good
So
to see you,
immunity
another.
and mental health actually go hand in hand. You know, these two are a very big concern today. Everybody is worried about boosting their immune system, and at the same time, everyone is also at the same time going through so much stress and anxiety. So, on one side, we're trying to eat to be healthy, and on the other side, we are like kind of getting stressed out. So, we'll help people balance that out, and I think that's the key thing today. That's what people are really looking for, and that's why there's so much confusion कि क्या खाएं क्या नहीं खाएं, is this good for me, is this not so good for me, if this is good for me then should I eat like a lot of it. So there's so much dilemma there, plus there is so much boredom, plus people are also getting lazy, and some people are stress eating. So it's become like a complete chaos actually. So this lockdown and quarantine has become more like an entertainment for people at home, and the only entertainment people see is either TV or food, TV or food. I think these are the two things. So, okay, what's coming next on the channel and Ab Kya Khaye? I think that's like the biggest question mark right now, and I'm looking forward to a lot of questions also, and I'm looking forward to getting started with you too.
Good, Tripti. So we start now. So I think a very formal welcome to you, Tripti, and for all our viewers here. Let me talk a bit about Tripti, and then let's get on to the discussion. Tripti is a renowned nutritionist in the country. She has been awarded by the government of India also for being one of the best fitness consultant that we have in the country. And she has groomed, and she has been the official nutritionist for Miss Femina, no? And she has groomed all this beauty contestant that you see. Now that is the, yeah, that is the glamour part of it. But if you look at it, she's also helped people who have had illnesses like obesity, cardiovascular, PCOD, no, and like she spoke about the mental health. And then she also is doing consulting for a lot of big corporates in India, right? From Citibank, Axis, you name it. Tripti is all over there. No, so if we had to get somebody to talk about nutrition, we could not get anybody better than Tripti, and that is here for all of you here. Now, as I start, let me talk about my personal experimentation and all the foolishness that I did in my life. No, and let us start from there, so then we can figure out what we actually do wrong. So the story for me, and it's a personal story, and very few people know this, but let me share it today with everybody. So if I look at my college days and my younger days, I was very fit, athletic, well built, tall, you know. And somewhere in my late 30s, I gained a lot of weight, you know. And then obviously when you gain weight and you think that whatever you do is right and nothing can go wrong, and then you read whatever is available somewhere in some tidbits here and there, talk to some friends, and then I thought, okay, the easiest way for me to lose weight is I'll stop all carbohydrates, no, and so I just was surviving on pure protein. That's I had eggs, just eggs, a lot of eggs in the day, maybe 15, 20 eggs, some chicken. Those days I used to have non-vegetarian food. No rice, no chapati, no carbs. Yeah, and then it was amazing because I lost weight very very fast, and I was super excited. Wow, man! I lost about 20 kgs, right? 22 kgs, and I said like I'm invincible. Like nobody can be. I can lose 22 kgs, and people said, "Wow, Tapan, this is really great." That sounded very good. Lasted for some years, and it did very very good for me. And then in one of my routine checkups at the hospital, because we have the annual checkup, the doctor told me you're seriously deficient of most nutrition. You have very low levels of vitamins, you have very low levels of minerals, and thank God that you had this checkup and you went for this kind of checkup, where checking your nutrient levels. Others people don't do it, and that leads to serious complications, right from cancers to cardiovascular to a lot of issues. And he said, "Who told you to do all this?" And I said, "No one." This sounded like whatever I read about this sounded so easy, and it was giving me good results. So why should I ask somebody? No, and that to me was a big shake-up. And that's the first time in my life I realized how powerful is nutrition, how powerful is the right balance of food, how powerful is to have the right kind of meal. Looking good is, from our perspective, if you are just slimming down, I think that is what we associate with looking good somehow, which is wrong part. But more than that, being healthy, being very, very fit, being happy is very critical. And that one incident changed my life. So from you, I want to hear, because most of us do this. I thought I was alone. And when I spoke to my friends, I realized that majority of us do this stupidness. Can you tell us what I did wrong? What could I have done better? And what should I do? And for people like me who think that just by leaving carbs and just having 20 eggs in a day, and then you lose weight, and that is the best way to be fit. So over to you, Tripti, your views on this to begin with.
A very big confusion, Tapan, actually, because a lot of people are so confused as to what diet I should follow. And now with the internet and with so many different kinds of diets being propagated every day, it becomes very confusing for people to choose the right kind of nutrition for themselves. And also when you have that rapid result in the beginning as exactly what you experience, then people feel this is what I really needed and I have arrived. But the idea is not just to get a rapid weight loss. The idea is to get a healthy balance. So a lot of people who eat a lot of protein ignore the small signs, like if there may be bouts of feeling a little gas or indigestion or a little acidity, we ignore it. Also, if there are bouts of feeling slight dizziness or feeling a little weakness, or maybe you feel that I am not feeling so good, I'm feeling a little agitated, restless. Those small things you always blame on your day, that maybe my day was like this and like that. When you are eating in a balance, when you have a combination of all the nutrition, your carbs are there, your right proteins are there, your healthy fats are there, your body will be able to perform in a way that it is getting all the nourishment from the food. So there are so many amino acids which your carbs also give you, but along with that, they also give you so many vitamins and minerals which are not present. Only your protein cannot do it. When you're eating only protein, again, the body is using protein for energy. So we have to understand that our brain uses sugar, it doesn't use protein. So whatever we eat, like if you're eating your carb, you're eating a roti and rice, it turns to sugar, which is energy, which goes directly for the supply to your brain to perform, for your body to perform. But if your carbs are not there, then your protein has to break down to do the job of the carbs. Because your body is not going to decide, no, I don't want this protein, I'm going to leave it aside. It's going to break the protein. So the whole idea is that imbalance over a period of time will definitely show somewhere, whether it's to do with getting headaches, whether it's to do with joints, whether it's to do with stomach aches and indigestion or bloating, or whether it's to do with the medical reports. So I'm so happy that you got these reports done at the right time. And it's always a good idea to get your reports done even before you start a program or any kind of diet, especially if you have a goal that, okay, I need to lose weight, and in addition to that, I have these minor problems like acidity, headaches. A lot of people skip these things. So when I take a recall of my clients and whenever we are trying to understand their pattern, so many people skip saying these things. They'll only say, okay, I have diabetes, I have cholesterol, and I want to lose 20 kilos. But they will not say that, yes, I do get frequent headaches. Yes, I do get a joint problem. Yes, I have that little burning sensation under my feet. Yes, I do feel a little dizzy when I wake up in the morning. Those things are skipped because they don't feel it's important, but we get it out of you that no, these are the small signs. Pay attention to your small signs first. And they are indicating and talking to you that, listen, something is not right, correct it. So that is where it's so important. Your body is so powerful. It talks to you. Getting an acne, getting hair fall, these things are actually telling you that, listen, something is not right. So balanced diet can never go wrong. Keeping a balance of everything in your nutrition can never go wrong. And do not overdo that, because another very important thing I really want to mention, Tapan, is also a lot of people feel that because this is healthy, I can eat anything and any amount of it. Again, you have to identify your need, because if you feel that, okay, these like how you do 20 eggs a day, so eggs are healthy, I'm going to eat like lots of eggs and wow, I'll be like this superhero. So do not overdo it, even if it's healthy. Understand what your body needs, how much is going to digest and absorb, how much is getting wasted, and what is going imbalanced. So balance never goes wrong, natural never goes wrong, and practical can never go wrong. So you have to keep it very, very practical. If it's going to be something you can't sustain for your entire life, then you're not on the right track. It has to be easy to follow. It has to be a lifestyle for you. It has to be practical for you. So similarly, I introduced a 4-point plan for our clients in the beginning of this year, where I suggested, that you need to have like a structure in your eating pattern. Don't just eat randomly. And a lot of people say that, no, I'm not going to eat after sunset, but they are cheating. So what's the use? So the whole idea is that keep a balance. If you're not going to sleep well because you ate your last meal at 6 and you're sleeping at 12, then where is the nutrition gone? I mean, your body is going under stress because you're not sleeping well. So the idea is to make it, adapt it to your lifestyle, keep it natural, keep it practical, stick to a structure. That really, really works. You can never go wrong with that. And then, of course, customize your meals as per your needs. I want a great body, or I want to lose weight, or I think my skin is getting dull, or my hair is falling, or I have these medical conditions to tackle, or I'm a marathon runner, I need to run, or if it's a child who's trying to, gain some immunity. So each person, to each his own. And I think that balance of balanced nutrition, natural, practical lifestyle structure is the key. So that's the way I think it should be. And do not fall prey to any of these fad diets, because that will not last for a lifetime, So whatever you feel you can last with for a lifetime, you can make a great body with even that. So I'm sure even if you try being natural, practical, and have a structure and have your goals in place, we'll be back to the lean, tall Tapan.
No, thank you, Tripti. I think that is why we require experts like you. Now, if you look at it, I think if I take what I learned from you in the just past couple of minutes you spoke about, one, don't ignore the small signs. We all do, the small joint pain, the small headache that we have, the burning sensation in the feet. We all ignore that. I think don't ignore it. Go to a good nutritionist, and if possible, go to Tripti, because I think she would be able to help and manage you on that. Now, coming to the second point, Tripti, which you mentioned, balance and what you can do for the rest of your life. Ask yourself this question: can you do this and follow this for the rest of your life? Is what you mentioned. No, and if the answer is no, then you're not in the right direction. Third, just because it's healthy, don't overdo. And I'll tell you a small foolishness I did again before I come back to the next question. Then somebody told me fruits are healthy. Then after eggs, I just had fruits. For about 1 month I was only eating fruits. So I did all this crazy stuff, extremes, and really made me, suffer a lot on that perspective. But now coming to the point of lockdown, Tripti, I think wherever I read, the only weapon against this particular coronavirus right now is your immunity. The fight is between you and the virus. Nothing else is there right now. No vaccine, no medication. Everything else is a trial. Now, if the fight is between me and the virus, and I have to be strong, how do I make myself strong and be prepared for the fight that if it happens, I win, not the virus? So, your comments on that, Tripti?
Yes, so immunity is one of the key issues today. And the first thing, as we already discussed, is the basics is if you are trying to eat very, very healthy, immunity boosting foods, but if you are suffering from acidity, those foods are not getting absorbed. If you are not sleeping well and constantly thinking, you're stressed out, there is anxiety, your immunity boosting foods are not working for you. If you are not keeping a structure and constantly binge eating, but at the same time taking that big bowl of supplements, all those vitamins, okay, I'm going to take my vitamin D, my vitamin C, my zinc, my magnesium, multivitamins, so many. People are just popping pills mindlessly. And we all feel that this is going to really boost my immunity. And on the other hand, if we are not looking into the basics, your hydration is not in place, your emotions are not correct, you are having those other issues. The body is fighting those things. So boosting your immunity is also a very scientific approach. Number one, of course, the first thing is that you have to keep your hygiene at the top priority. That is number one. So if you want your immunity to rise, the first thing is keep minimum exposure to the germs and bacteria. As they keep telling us on TV, wash your hands thoroughly, wear a mask, wash your vegetables, wash your fruits, clean your groceries. Everything has to be super, super clean. That is first step to good immunity. You can't be not paying attention to that and popping pills. Number two, the kind of food that you eat has to be something which is suitable to your gut. That means if you feel that, okay, I saw this, that I should eat, lots of vegetables, which is very healthy. Fruits, vegetables, everybody is telling us on TV is very healthy. But if your vegetables are those kind of vegetables which give you gas, like it's a cabbage or a cauliflower, broccoli has become so popular in the West, eat broccoli. But our Indian digestive system, if we eat broccoli, half the people are suffering from gas. So you have to first identify those foods which are going to give you that comfort in the gut. A happy gut is a happy mind, and the absorption of your food, the digestion of your food, if it's good, you're actually getting maximum nourishment out of that. If you're eating your normal dal chawal and you're feeling good in the stomach, it's great, as opposed to eating a fancy pasta with lots of red bell peppers and yellow bell peppers and going and searching for them which are not even available, and then it's not suiting your stomach, and then you're not even getting a motion in the morning and you're constipated. No. So choose things very wisely. Be wise. Don't go crazy. And at the same time, keep a structure, as I said. Another very, very important thing that people do is they look for superfoods. Okay, this is going to boost my immunity, and they're searching, okay, let me get this particular food and that particular food. Let me tell you that in our Indian diet, when it comes to immunity boosting foods, you have a powerhouse of immunity sitting on your kitchen shelf, which we should know how to use. So simple things like turmeric, people are making capsules out of it in the world. We've been eating it for years. Haldi wala doodh we've been drinking all our life, and now it's become a turmeric latte. So there is so much. All your nuts, seeds, oils. These are your real superfoods. So I recently prepared a cold pressed turmeric oil in my kitchen and I put it as a video on my Instagram. And it is so healthy and you will be amazed to see how easy it is. And a lot of people do that. They put turmeric in hot water and drink and they feel that, okay, I'm going to like really get the benefit out of this. But turmeric is not water soluble. It's fat soluble. So if you're just taking garam pani mein turmeric, it is not going to be absorbed. 1% of it will be barely absorbed and the rest is going to be thrown out. So aapka sara immunity boosting is waste. So understand how to use these things, your basic spices, your herbs, your seeds. They are powerhouse of nutrition and powerhouse of immunity boosting, and they can work miraculously on you. If you are having indigestion, you can add ajwain to your food. If you feel that your motions are not correct, add a little ghee. Start adding a little turmeric oil on a daily basis in the form of haldi wala doodh also, or honey and turmeric oil. Give it to your children as a morning tonic. These are small things, but they are so powerful and they can work miraculously. And I can tell you, this has more power than any of the foods that they advertise in the world. Like they say, eat red bell peppers, eat broccoli. The nutrition is going to come when you eat it raw. Are we going to eat it raw? No. Half the antioxidants are destroyed because we are going to cook it. So we have to really value our basic Indian science of nutrition and the food that we have and understand, and just because we have it in our kitchen, we take it for granted. So this is the key, to keep a balance and to eat correctly, eat gut-friendly foods, keep a balance of hydration. So I have introduced the 4-point plan where I tell people that try to eat 4 meals a day, 4 hours apart, which keeps a structure, because right now people are so disorganized. They wake up at any time, they sleep at any time, and so in between they're only munching. Or एक cup chai, एक और cup chai, and then एक और cup chai. So you know how the day is just passing doing that. So when you have a structure like that, for example, if you're eating your breakfast at 9 a.m., you're eating your lunch at 1 p.m., you're again eating something at 5, that's the peak time you're really hungry. And then you're eating your dinner at 9 because you're sleeping at 12:31. So if you're going to finish your dinner at 5, you're going to go to the kitchen and eat some nonsense for sure, because we are going to be hungry. So understand your body, and in between hydrate. Choose a lot of fluids. So a simple structure like that can work miraculously in keeping your body healthy, immunity good, sensible eating, great gut health, alertness of the mind. There is so much to it. Just a little structure.
Thank you, Tripti. You know why I was smiling? Because I'm again doing the same foolishness. I'm still going looking for the pasta, the bell peppers. I'm having that haldi in warm water. No, I'm doing everything that you said I should not be doing. Somehow I don't seem to be learning from my past experiences. I pick up a new fad, then I pick up another fad. And
there is so much to do.
Yeah, and the beauty lies in simplicity. Yeah, that's what I understand from you. The beauty is that we have it, everything what we have in the kitchen. The beauty is in listening to our body. What is comfortable for us? What makes us happy? No, in terms of what we feel comfortable and where we can get good sleep, is the right food for us. No, and I think that is what is so amazing.
The way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Actually, the way to every organ of your body is also through your stomach.
Yeah, I think that we miss out.
Every part of our body, it's all about food, whether it's to do with concentration, whether it's to do with physical strength, whether it's to do with having energy, or whether it's to do with the health of your eyes, every small thing.
So let me ask you 1 or 2 more questions related to the medical part of it, because we have short of time. So what the 3 basic questions which I see come up very often, I can see it coming up here also, is first, food good for mental health. 2, for acne. I think all these young ladies know they're worried about acne. So what should they do about that? And PCOD has again become a big issue now. So on these 3 parts, and something on obesity, I think the 4 parts we'll cover when you talk right now. I think that is the common questions coming all across, and people want to know how do they handle this through nutrition.
So starting with the first part, which was mental health. Mental health is basically about, again, keeping a balance of how you plan your day. It's not about any superfood that I'm going to eat this and then I'm going to just become like wow. No, it doesn't work like that. Plan. Keep an hour prior to bedtime for doing something which takes your mind away from the mundane. Like if you're watching news all day, all day, all day, it's going to play on you. If you're going to only read your WhatsApp messages which are telling you what's happening and maybe some of it is not even true, or you are constantly thinking about financial issues or any other issues, those things are happening and nothing is going to really change a lot. But what can really change is how you are going to handle it and deal with it and sail through this time. And that last 1 hour of your day before your bedtime is your golden time. Now, I will not say meditate because a lot of people cannot meditate, but meditation is what? Meditation is just taking your mind off. So indulge in something which works for you. Like women who are suffering from acne, you guys try a nice beauty pack. Do something for your skin. Or maybe spend time with the kids. All those people who want to play a board game with your children. You can read a book. You can just do something to enjoy the moment that lasts 1 hour. Do something which occupies your mind. And that makes a brilliant difference to your sleep. You will just suddenly feel this was your meditation. So that works brilliantly. Another thing is a lot of people, you must have heard, our moms and teachers telling us as children that use your brain or it will rust. So this is something we've all grown up hearing. So to avoid something from rusting, we needed to prevent it from rusting. We need to make it move fast. We need it to perform. So instead of eating for your brain, I suggest oil your brain. So eat healthy oils because our brain is full of omega-3 and omega fats. That's what our brain is made of. It's wired with lots of oils. So we need to oil our brain. Use things which are rich in natural healthy oils. Your flax seeds, your chia seeds, your nuts. There are so many other seeds. Kalonji seeds are gaining so much importance today suddenly because we've figured out that it has some MCQ. There are so many seeds which have so much nutrition. And when we are putting our regular ajwain and jeera and all these herbs and all these spices and condiments, your cloves are full of power. We have clove because we have toothache, so long chabao. So you can see how much power these tiny, tiny things have. So eat things which are going to give you natural, healthy oils. Your good old ghee, include it in your diet in a small proportion. Include the turmeric oil which I have prepared. Those things, these are like so many things. You can prepare these things in your kitchen. Oil your brain. So eating healthy and including these things which are going to be naturally rich in natural oils. So that's the balance we need to keep. And of course, your gut has to be calm. So that foundation goes nowhere. That's the bottom of your pyramid. Stomach healthy, oiling your brain, and keeping that last 1 hour. So that can work brilliantly for your mental health. When it comes to acne, again, we have to identify what is not right with acne. So there is something which is going wrong with the pH of your skin. Maybe you're not hydrating enough, you're not drinking correctly. The skin is too oily. A very big problem for acne is a lot of women or a lot of men are cleansing their face or washing their face with a face wash and they skip the basic of toning the skin. Toning will close your pores. If you don't close the pores of your skin, you are going to expose it to a lot of bacteria and germs, and so the skin will again start breaking out into acne. Again, if your hormonal balance is not correct, then you will break out into acne. So again, for hormones, it's your healthy fats because hormones are fat soluble. But again, you have to identify what are the kind of healthy fats for you because there are so many things which may or may not suit you, but at the same time, we can't eat a lot of fats. We don't want to grow fat. So it has to be a balance. So including the right balance of eating a lot of vitamin C rich fruits, vegetables, juices. Juices play a brilliant role when it comes to acne. So when you're choosing like a nice healthy combination, for example, doing something like a spinach with tomato and beetroot, or maybe you could do like a coriander, which is easily available again right now, and you can add a little carrot to it, and then you can add maybe some cucumber to it. So you can do those kind of any three vegetables from your kitchen. A very successful trick which has worked brilliantly for all my clients with acne is using capsicum in your juice. Just one slice of green capsicum with whatever combination you have chosen. So I generally suggest like a green, a red, and a white. When I say green, means all your greens, leafy vegetables, any one, whatever is available to you. When I say red, it could be a tomato, beetroot, carrot. When I say white, it could be a dudi or cucumber. So you can choose any three in your fridge and add one slice of green capsicum to it with a little lime. It's brilliant for just cleansing your system out. So that balance, of doing the juice right, making sure your hormones are correct, drinking enough water, toning your skin, I think 80% of your problem is solved. And then, of course, you need to go into the detailing of what you're eating and all of that. So for acne, these things work miraculously. Then the third thing, I think you spoke of obesity, correct? The third question.
Yeah, PCOD. Yeah.
PCOD. So PCOD is very much reversible, I would say. There are so many people who have come with PCOD, who have lost weight, and their PCOD is gone. Their medicines have stopped. They don't need to go back to this medicine. So it's very weight related. So in case you are having PCOD, weight may be the main issue, and that has to be corrected because again your hormones are fat soluble. So we need to understand your muscle is to fat ratio has to be correct. And the minute your body will balance the fats in the body, naturally your hormones will start responding and they will start giving you the results. You've lost 10 kilos, your medicine is dropped, or your pills are reduced. So there's so much to just keeping a balanced weight. So a healthy weight really matters. So just understanding your normal weight, like the very simple calculation for somebody to know what is my normal weight. So as you asked about obesity, now a lot of people are sitting at home and they don't know what to do. Okay, I should eat a lot because I need my immunity to be high, and so what should I do? Or I should keep eating. So people are gaining a lot of weight, and it's very important for a person to understand that I just need to be at normal weight. So if you are overweight, you have to cut down your food a little bit to come to normal weight. If you're underweight, you have to eat healthy foods and bring it up to bring it to normal weight. And how do you assess your normal weight? Very simple calculation is your height in centimeters. So if you are, for example, 165 centimeters, and if you are a male, you simply minus 100 centimeters. So 65 kgs approximately should be your ideal body weight. And for a woman, minus 105 centimeters. So for her, 60 kgs is her normal body weight. So you can't go wrong. That's a thumb rule. Now, if you want to be very slender or if you want to be very muscular, it's different. But you're healthy. That is the key, being healthy. So that health factor is so important, keeping your body balanced and keeping the weight balanced. We're not looking at you coming out as a superstar, and we don't want you to come out obese of this. We need you to be strong, healthy with great immunity. So your weight has to be in the perfect balance of try to reach your normal weight. That is the key. So use this time, this period where you're in a lockdown, where you're at home, you have the time available, you have the kitchen available. Everybody has become a chef. Everybody's cooking because that's another activity which you can indulge in. So cook healthy foods and be smart. In fact, I made a video on how cooking can make you lose weight. Cooking your own food. So there's so much to it, So obesity is a very big problem. And we have understood by seeing the global news everywhere, it's saying that People who are obese, people who are extremely overweight are at much, much higher risk to the virus. People have been suffering. There have been maximum number of cases, maximum number of deaths because of obesity. And we cannot take this lightly. It's not just about good. It's not just about being carefree that, okay, if I'm fat, it doesn't matter, and it's not about body shaming. No, it's about health. It's about health. You have to take charge of it. You have to keep your body healthy. You have to be able to move. You have to fight bacteria, fight viruses. You have to protect your family. You have to make sure that you are at your normal body weight. We are not looking at those great abs or big biceps. We are looking at healthy, happy body. That's the whole idea. So please don't go crazy with any kind of diet fads, or please don't let go of what you're eating. As I always say, food can make you or break you. A lot of people say, choose the right woman in your life, she can make you or break you. Let me tell you, food can really make you or break you. Food, if you are eating the right food, you can have a great immunity, health, mental health, beautiful balance. If you are eating the wrong food, it can give you the maximum problems. So eating a lot of processed foods with a lot of color, packaged foods. People out of boredom or laziness are only doing packaged foods. No, that's going to be very bad for our immunity. So eat sensibly. Choose right foods. It's so important. And I think that's the key, that everywhere, whether it comes to PCOD, or it comes to acne, or it comes to obesity, or it comes to mental health, the bottom line is the same. So we are all having certain problems, but our goal is the same. We want to be healthy, we want to be balanced, and we want to be able to achieve a great skin, great hair, good body weight. It's all about following a structure. So that's the key, Keep your body at the right weight, keep a structure, keep a balance, eat fruits, eat vegetables, hydrate. Don't depend only on tablets and pills. It doesn't work. And so important to pay attention to your small signs. So your acne is talking to you. Your hair fall is talking to you. That gas in the stomach is talking to you. So pay attention to these things and nip it in the bud. And the minute you do that, you are already moving in the right direction. And you're already correcting your health. You're already improving your immunity. You don't have to go out of the way, running around looking for some crazy medicines. No, the basics are important. The foundation is simple. It's not so complicated. So look at the simpler things, look at the easier things that you can do, and pay attention to that is the key.
Thank you, Tripti. I think if I had spoken to you maybe 15, 20 years back, I'd have been a much healthier person than the problem I went through because of all this craziness. And I still do it, so it's still not late. I still try and pick up those fancy superfoods and how it is. I think, and the beauty is, I just have to be happy. I just have to have the simple food which I like to have, which is good for my gut. I have to sleep well. I have to balance my day. I have to combine food together, and listen to my body, and that would be good for me. And if required, visit a good nutritionist instead of just trying different experiments on my own. Thank you very much, Tripti. It was such an enlightening session, and I think we had pretty good questions coming up. A lot of people asking a lot of stuff. But unfortunately, time is running short, so we'll have to say thank you to you. And I think you have summed it up. Everybody who has listened to this can figure out what to do. But one small piece of warning from my side: don't do what I did. Don't do crazy stuff just because you read somewhere. Don't try to pull up fast things. It can harm you in the long way. And like Tripti said, food makes you or breaks you. Let us use food to make us, not break us. Thank you very much, Tripti.
Thank you so much, Tapan. Thank you for this lovely session and this amazing interaction with you. And it's a pleasure. I have been seeing all your shows. I think They are so amazing, and they are brilliant at being able to create this platform and get so much information out there for so many people. And it's such a pleasure to speak with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tripti. It's my honor, and basically the show is good because of people like you who are experts and add so much and contribute so much for the learning of us. Thank you very much, Tripti. Thank you. Thank you.